Hi, welcome to Fluketronic. Up now we're going to take another look at the anymaphi hardware synthesizer controlled with the WARBL MIDI wind controller. And today we're going to look at building a patch from the ground up, basically from scratch, using the desktop editor application. And we won't get into all the gory details and all the capabilities of the editor. It's a very deep synth architecture. We're just going to barely scratch the surface today. But we do want to look at how to create a breath-controlled patch and add a few things to it. So a couple of things about my setup before we dive in. As I said in previous videos, I'm recording one output, the left output, I believe, from the synth into a Apogee Jam interface directly into the iPad. So you're only going to be listening in mono, even though the Phi is a stereo output device. Also using my WARBL MIDI controller in Native American style flute fingering mode. Okay, I think that's it. So let's dive in. All right, so here we are in the anymaphi editor, and probably should have mentioned all the connections. So you've got to have both of the MIDI ports in the back. USB device goes to the computer and USB host goes to the controller. So that's set up, and fire up the editor application and it pulls in all the patches from the Phi itself. So you can see here the first 16 are the factory patches, and I've got a couple of differences. Patch 17 is the one we edited in the last video, modifying stock number 15 to go to this Jim Hanks edited version. And number 22 currently has a Jim Hanks first flute attempt. Not really going to dive into that. We're just going to go from scratch. Okay, we're going to start by selecting an empty slot. I've selected number 19 here. You can see there's basically nothing going on in the patch. But let's see what happens if I just try to play it like this. So a couple things to recognize right away is that, first of all, it's set up out of the box for wind control. So you can see mapping 1 here down at the bottom says from expression or velocity envelope goes to patch oscillator expression. So I'm not seeing actually where that's matched, but what that means is I'm getting volume control right out of the box with the breath. And that's about it. So I have a sine wave oscillator that's set up basically for breath control, and that's about it. So you're just getting volume control. There's no, you're not getting anything else. It's not moving anything else with breath. All right, so let's start. We're going to pick one of the physical modeling oscillators, and let's just pick the simple single reed wind. So if I pick that just straight out of the box, I get this. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of breath, wind noise, and so forth. So let's start twisting the knobs and see if we can get it to sound a little better. Not sure where that kind of static, high frequency noise is coming from. Let's add a filter, simple EQ, and let's see if we can cut out some of that. Okay, still a little bit of that there, but let's go with that. Let's try adding in something else. So let's take another oscillator. We'll just do an analog, I don't know, triangle wave maybe. And that's kind of overwhelming the other one. So let's mix the main bus. So I've got two oscillators. Let's just turn down that triangle wave. Let's add a little bit of noise here. Try some resonant noise. Let's do some more mappings here. So let's take the expression control and map it to that wind noise. Let's maybe resonance on oscillator 3 resonance. Let's also map expression put a filter on here. Let's do a low pass filter, and we're going to map expression to that also. All right, so this is effects filter cutoff. That's getting there. Now you can see when I've got the mapping here, you can actually see the cutoff dial moving with the breath control. Okay, what else do we want to add here? Let's maybe an overdrive. And let's map expression to that also. So let's go to effect 3. Drive. Okay, do have to give it percentage. not like the crackle I'm getting out of this read model, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's just go ahead and switch that to something else. Let's use the, let's try this Wenzio one. Okay, I'm liking that a little better. Let's map that growl parameter to breath also. That's getting pretty cool. Let's see, let's just play around with some of these controller types. Okay, that's getting there. Let's see, do we want to add anything else? Let's just put in some effects here. That sounds terrible. Now, I think when I'm adding the reverb, I'm probably overloading the computational power of the synth, because I'm getting some warning exclamation points on the hardware synth itself. I think that's what that means. Let's just back that off. And I want to leave that. Okay, let's go with that. Let's see what it sounds like all together here. Okay, now, so I've got a patch here. Have to show you one trick. There is a bug in the alpha software here where this patch is actually saved to the, actually right now it's not. So let's go ahead and save the patch. Now you'll see that the name still says empty. I can rename this. Let's call this Gauge Buzzy Flute. Now there's a bug that this name change won't always stick. So if I turn the synth off even after I save, it won't necessarily stick. But there is a workaround for that, and it's kind of useful to know just for sharing patches. So the workaround is I'm going to select the patch, and it looks like I've froze up the editor software. Now again, we're at 0.8, so this is still alpha software. I have experienced some issues with the app just kind of freezing like this. I'm not entirely sure what that's about. So I can try disconnecting and reconnecting. Okay, that helps. So now what I'm going to do is I want to export this patch, and I'm going to save it in on my computer here. Gauge Buzzy Flute. Now you can take that patch file and you can send it to somebody else, or you can re-input it right here. So what I can do is just select another empty patch, say import patch. Take my Buzzy Flute, and there it is on that slot. So that's a handy trick to know if you're having problems with the name change keeping or sticking. That's one way around it, is to do the export and re-import it either in the same slot or in a different slot. But that's also useful to be able to share patches that way. So I think that's it for today. So I hope that was useful, and I can share this patch out on the anymaphi forum if anybody finds that useful. Obviously, it could use some more fine tuning. Not real happy with how the buzz and the growl sets in, but as you can see, there's lots of power here, lots of ways to route the modulation and tweak the sound. So looking forward to seeing what a real sound designer can do with this. So Matt Traum, if you're listening, Now Steiner, if you're listening, looking forward to seeing what they might could do with a commercial sound bank. But until that happens, I'll do my best to come up with some good wind control patches, and hope you will do that as well, and we can swap patches and yeah, see what happens. Thanks for watching.